We have been on a ride with Brayden since the original Power. Are we finally getting to see Brayden turn to the dark side? I feel like he's always had a lightness to him in spite of the situation, but are we seeing the darkness form?
We are seeing the dark side of Brayden, which I love, but I don't think he'll ever lose his funny or his lightness. I think that's always will be a part of him, will always be in him. But yeah, you're definitely seeing the darkest moments of his life for sure.
So at this moment, what is Braden's biggest, challenge? What does he fear? Because he's kind of left his old life behind for all of this. So at this point, what's his biggest concern?
I guess his biggest concern is just, I think it's like a mental thing. It's just for him to be okay. Like we're seeing him kind of unravel a little bit, which I love as an actor. But yeah, I think it's really just like a mental thing. Like, is he gonna be able to push through this, and come out on the other side okay?
So let's talk a little bit about Braden's relationships where they currently are. Who do you think he feels the closest to, or he feels like the safest with?
I would still say Tariq. Like, no matter what girl he has, what season, or who he's in love with, I just feel like no matter what, at the end, it's always going to be Tariq. He's always going to, you know, that's his man, right? That's his boy, and he'll ride or die with him forever. So I think it'll always be Tariq, no matter what girl gets in the way of what.
So what's his motivation right now? Because we know what Tariq is. Braden's always been kind of let's get money, let's have fun. But right now, where's his head?
I feel like his head is nowhere. I don't. He doesn't really have a motivation right now. I think he's just trying to take it day by day and just kind of be okay, and hopefully all of this will pass. I feel like he's in a moment of just trying to escape, and until everything has from his family and his uncle and all that passes. I think that's kind of where we see Brayden in these past few episodes.
So we have Noma, Don Carter and his team, and Brayden is doing some things that are against Tariq's code. So who's his biggest foil right now?
I would still say Carter. I would still say Carter is we'll see later in the season, but I would still say Carter is the biggest op at the moment. Also, can we have a special shout out to Michael Ealy? Is he not bodying this role? Like, my God, every time he's on screen, I'm like, oh, he's amazing.
Listen, Michael Ealy plays Quiet Psycho so well,
The
like
best.
as the fibers come apart.
The best. I read the episodes and I was like, wow, this is really good. And then I'm watching, I'm like, wow, he really like brought this to life.
So we've been on a roller coaster with Brayden across all of the seasons. What has been some of your favorite moments and scenes that Brayden's been featured in?
I would say it's always the ones where we're doing crazy stuff. I love one of my favorite scenes was when Kane pulled up with the two strippers and Brayden was walking. We shot that on Fifth Ave in New York City in the middle of the day, and he was trying to get him to come with Kane, and Brayden had to go do a drop for Tariq, and it was such like a magical, fun day where Kane pulled up in the Range Rover, and then he drives off, and the girls are like, "Bye, Brayden!" Like that was like it's such a memorable scene for me. I also love the jewelry store robbery scene with Kane. That was fun. Obviously, killing my uncle was super cool. But this episode 8 one was probably the most unhinged, crazy thing I've ever gotten to do as an actor.
Right. So in wrapping up, in a perfect world, is there a way for Brayden to make it out alive?
In a perfect world, there is a way for Brayden to make it out alive. Yes, I think if he survives, this will still be the end of Brayden in the Power universe. But I hope he makes it out alive. We'll see what happens. Anything can happen.